taking a look at Americans and money, how to reach true success with your money. Joining us now for that, Soledad O'Brien, an award-winning journalist, and Jean Chatzky, a best-selling author and financial expert. And ladies, what did you learn from your recent survey?
Yeah, I think big picture, what came out of that survey is very consistent with what we do on our show and what we talk about on our show every week, Everyday Wealth, which is that people really think about their money as this intersection, right, of their life and their finances. And so you see that people are trying to figure out, what does success look like? It's not about hitting a number. It's really a mistake to think of it that way. Your wealth is about your goals and your values and your dreams. And are you kind of reaching those goals that you've set for yourself? And so the survey, I think, in a lot of ways highlights where that's happening, and maybe, Jean, in some ways where it's not happening.
Well, and why it's not happening. The survey really pointed to the fact that when you look at couples who are nearing retirement, couples in their 60s, about a third of them don't agree with each other on how they want to retire, when they want to retire, where they want to retire. And that gets really complicated really fast. It might be one of those reasons that we're seeing so much gray divorce in this country. But there is a way around it. And the way around it is to just start talking about money, to start having the kinds of conversations about money with your spouse and with a financial advisor like we have on our show, Everyday Wealth.
How are Americans reacting to current events such as inflation or the volatility in the stock market?
It did. We are having a lot of fear and angst about things like inflation, about things like a possible recession. And as a result, we're starting to make some not so great decisions. Specifically, we're backing off on the amount of money that we're putting into our retirement accounts. 80% of people said that they're doing that. 75% of wealthier people, more affluent people, said that they're doing that. And this is one of those instances where I think you don't do that until you talk to a planner. You want to make sure that you have your priorities in line and that you're sticking with them as much as possible.
And you see how much emotion's involved. Like 65% of the people surveyed said that they were making hasty financial decisions, which is bad, because they were fearful and they were stressed and they were emotional. And so I think people have to figure out how to counteract that emotional response. And often it's really about sitting down with someone who can say, hey, you know what? Let's think this through. Let's take a moment. Let's take a breath and stick to our plan.
You hit on two of my favorite points. Don't make panic decisions with your money. And when the market is down, don't cry. Bye. Ladies, a pleasure to have you here. Best wishes with your financial news show. And thank you for being on our news show.
Absolutely. And if your viewers are looking for more information, we hope that they'll go to everydaywealth.com, download the podcast, tune into the show. And if they've got any questions they'd like us or the financial advisors that we co-host with to answer, send them our way. We'd love to receive them.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.